starting.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay. Welcome back. Episode 35.
Here we are.
Took a 2-month break.
A very well needed 2-month break.
Yeah, to get the creative juices back flowing. Just take a break. You had to move. I had to move. Moved my grandparents in.
Yeah, yours was December. Mine was a little bit after. Yeah, honestly, it feels good to just sit back and relax and not have to worry about finding guests. It was a nice break, I will say that.
Yep.
Definitely, like you said, get the juices back.
Yep. Give people time to figure out things. Our excuse of people should be available for the winter time didn't really turn out. Of course, we just been on a break anyways.
We were actually both pretty busy. Me with work, you with your grandparents, and
Yeah, getting the house ready for the player to be named later.
yes, Seimer Trace.
So yeah, want to jump straight into some material?
Let's just jump right into it. You said you wanted
Something
to...
about the solar eclipse.
Oh yeah, solar eclipse. This is a big one. I heard this is a total eclipse. It's going to be 5 minutes if you're in the areas.
You said 5 minutes?
It's supposed to be just under 5. I think it's like 4 minutes something. But
Now, a lot of people on Twitter X are making a big deal about this. I would almost call it a conspiracy.
yeah.
There's other states that are canceling school, closing businesses, maybe even. So, what do you think is behind that? Are we
Well,
talking martial law? Are we talking about
yeah.
how much we can get away with? The government can get away with? What are we talking about?
Well, I could see that. Yeah, if that's one of the theories, I could see where you're saying government trying to get away with just like lockdowns and stuff like that. But
Sure.
I think it's the last time we had it was 2017. I don't think
Anything
States-
crazy happened.
no, but the states didn't realize how many people wanted to watch this eclipse, and
Oh, you know what? I do kind of remember that
it was wild.
being like people stopping on the side of the road.
Yeah,
stuff.
Carbondale was insane because I
I
guess
do
that
remember
was.
it being Carbondale was like the area. Now, apparently, it's
I think it's
one of the-
Indianapolis.
yeah. I was gonna say one state over from us. Either way, Iowa or
Yeah.
Indianapolis is supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty wild.
Crazy.
I just don't think states realized how many people were going to come to these small towns and pretty much just, I guess, overwhelm the businesses, gas and food,
Travel.
and hotels. I know hotels are really difficult to find now. I think someone showed a map of all the areas that don't even have a hotel, and it's pretty wild. But I think that's why they issue these states of emergencies, but you never know. You just don't.
That's more than likely the reason why.
Yeah, I'd like to say that, yeah.
We'll see.
But I've known crazier things to happen. So.
Sure. Do you want to say that I'm 1 day shy of a full year post surgery on my shoulder?
1 day shy.
There's been times throughout the year that I've felt pretty useless. There's been times that I've felt like a machine, that like I feel really good. And then there's times my body's told me to take a break.
Yeah.
So overall, feels good, feels better. Doesn't
you-
hurt anymore.
Did you have one of those days recently where you just, your body told you to take a break? Or was that way back?
It's just been like, whenever I'm doing a bunch of push stuff, I get like this. Honestly, it's a squeaking in my shoulder. I can hear it and I can feel it. It's a squeaking. I don't know. It's probably inflammation, something along those lines. I've started taking fish oil, and that's helped tremendously. You know, I've noticed that my tricep is still not back to 100% strength or matching my right tricep, but also have to work on that to
And you
get better.
You've been doing push-ups and stuff too. I mean, I know you're a push-up fiend.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing, was whenever I was doing a lot of push-ups, that was whenever it wasn't hurting or anything. It was just the squeaking.
Yeah.
Which like I said, I don't know if that's
Maybe it's just like a tendon or something. It's just too small, and now it's rubbing on another tendon or something. I don't know. That's strange. I never heard that. I know there's clicking, but not squeaking.
Yeah, no, clicking I feel like is whenever something's torn or displaced.
But good, yeah, that's damn a 1 day shy of 1 year. That's
Yeah, and it never hurts. Like I said, never hurts. So
Yeah.
it's good. Watching good movies lately? You said you've been busy.
yeah, I've been too busy. I actually this last week is the first week I've actually been able just to do something, other than moving stuff around and getting organized. But yeah, it's movie wise. I think, dude, I don't know. I can't think of one. I know tournament sees tournament basketball. March
Yeah, the
Madness
tournament. Yeah.
tournament was that kind of kept me busy too. But movies, I don't know. What about you guys? You guys watching?
I was able to catch up on quite a bit of TV with it still being kind of crappy outside. Watched the new Roadhouse. It was all right. I'm not gonna say that. Who was the original Roadhouse?
Patrick was it
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Jake Gyllenhaal's the current day Patrick Swayze, but it was a pretty good movie. I want to commend Conor McGregor for his acting skills in that. He
Yeah.
acted really well. I'm not gonna ruin it for you or give any
Yeah.
spoiler alerts, but
Yeah.
you know, disclaimer: he's not an actor, he's
No.
a fighter. But he,
Yeah.
I feel like the way he acts in that movie, or the way that people portray him in real life, he did a really good job. It was a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I saw it was on Prime. I wish I just need to break down and get Prime. They got a lot of good stuff out here.
I also watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith on Prime Video. With,
Yeah. Brad Pitt and
no, Donald Glover and Donald Glover's Danny Glover's son. Donald Glover's Childish Gambino.
yeah. I thought there was a different
It's good.
Mr. Smith.
It's based off of the movie. Brad Pitt and
Okay.
Brad Pitt
And
what's her-
Angelina Jolie.
is it
or
Angelina? Yeah, okay.
Jolie's.
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
But the TV series that's on Prime, very good. I binged it. And I don't binge very much.
Didn't know that
Has
had
to
a
be
TV series.
has to be really good to me for me to just sit there and crank it out over a weekend.
I hear you on that one. I bet you would like Twisted Metal on Peacock. The game, it's based off of Twisted Metal.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
Peacock, but it was pretty good. That's a series though, not a movie.
Yeah, so we kind of touched on the tournament. Let's circle back to that and get into that for a little bit.
What a
I mean,
what
I've
a
watched
doozy.
I've watched most of it. Obviously, I was pretty impressed with the Illini.
Yeah.
How far they made it. A lot of people said that the Sweet 16 was their ceiling. Made it to the Elite Eight, and
They played a good team. They played
They
the best
played-
team in basketball. in
they
my
played a
opinion.
great team. That's not to discredit Purdue. I don't like Purdue. Obviously, it's one of Illinois' big rivals.
Purdue doesn't match up well with UConn. I think UConn's going to run all over them if it's a national championship. UConn has all the pieces. I really do. I really think that.
To me, I will stop shitting on this Purdue team if they win the national championship. That's whenever I know that they're proven.
Yeah.
Not
Honestly,
that they've had an easy run or
Well,
to
no.
discredit them. I mean, the Big Ten is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a conspiracy about the Big Ten refs trying to keep the games close in Big Ten league play so that the Big Ten looks way more relevant than it actually is.
Yeah.
Because it would be 3 to 5 teams year in and year out running the Big Ten if these refs didn't try to handle these games, I guess.
Yeah, and I just watching back on a few games, I think you're completely right because there were a few games that were 2-3 points difference, and you could tell end of games where they just favored one team. And
Yeah, I mean, there's a such thing as a trap game for a highly favored team to lose to a bottom of the league team. That's a real thing, but as often as it happens in the Big Ten, I
Yeah.
disagree.
And the Big Ten actually was pretty good this year. I will say I think there was at least 8 teams that I thought were relevant.
Yeah, it's
That
just
were
not
good.
your usual teams that you expect. Like,
Correct.
you don't expect Indiana and Michigan to be at the bottom.
And Michigan was the worst Big Ten team this year. Not because I'm a Michigan State fan, but they were horrible.
Statistically they were just bad.
Very bad. They could shoot the ball, but man, their defense was horrible.
I'm excited to see what happens with the transfer portal stuff. Dane Danger has already left.
Yeah.
Little Birdie tells me maybe Sincere Harris goes next. Looked like on Twitter yesterday, Marcus Damask is fighting for that extra year of eligibility because he was injured during one of the COVID years, so he played only a percentage, and you have to play only a percentage of one season to qualify for a little more eligibility.
And that's why I hate the NCAA. If the kid wants to play, let him play. If he only played a certain amount of games, just give him another year.
Yeah, because I think the reality is for him is that he's not going to be an NBA guy. And he may not even be a G League guy.
And if he isn't, he isn't. But at least he got another shot. So, and I think he could go overseas. I like his
he could
style
probably
of play.
be an overseas super pretty easy.
And
not to discredit those guys either.
Well, no, I think the overseas is a lot tougher than the G League. I don't know. Overseas, it seems like the people that go over there, they have a better life. They don't feel like they have to portray themselves as somebody. I feel like a lot of people in the NBA like lose their shit because there's so much pressure.
Theatrics and drama to it.
That too.
Maybe some of it's fabricated drama as well, but you don't hear about that a lot from.
No.
You don't even hear about guys coming from the U.S. going over there making headlines unless they fuck up royally.
Yeah, unless they kill
Excuse
somebody.
my language. I do want to give a quick shout out to whoever's still listening to the show during our 2-month hiatus.
Yeah.
We still are getting plays here and there. Thanks for if you're catching up or going back and re-listening to some episodes. Thank you.
Yeah, shout out to Michael Ellis. He's my coworker. He sent me a screenshot of Roger Moss's episode, and he was like, "Should I listen?" Like, hell yeah, listen to it.
I was in a conference this week with Mathis from.
Oh yeah,
He works at Taylorville from Pana.
What's his Derek? Not Derek. What's his first name? Gosh dang it. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Not sure, but I name dropped you, and I was like, "Do you know
Yeah.
Kyle Houston?" He's like, "Oh yeah,
I think
he's got a podcast." I was like, "Yeah,
I'm
the other half.
the other host. Yeah.
yeah."
I think I played basketball with him a few times, but yeah, I know him.
Yeah. So tournament talk. Let's wrap this tournament talk up.
Oh, tournament talk. Yep.
So our final four is Purdue, NC State, UConn,
And Alabama.
and Alabama.
Yep.
So it's
Alabama, UConn, I think.
okay. That's going to be a great game. NC State and Purdue,
Mm-hmm.
which NC State has been awesome as an 11 seed. To see them keep going.
Well, did you see him win the ACC? How they
beat North Carolina.
beat the hell out of every team they played in the tournament?
Yeah. So let's see.
I
Let's
think
see.
they'll match up very well with Purdue. I think Edey has his hands full with.
Oh, he's that dude is very physical.
He's
from
very
NC State.
physical, and you can't really move him around. He's just a wall.
Yeah. So let's see.
And
that's this weekend.
yes, he's quick on his feet too. Watching him do any kind of movement down low, I mean,
He's a far different forward or center type guy than we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing
He's fun to
guys
watch.
that kind of stay in the lane or right under the basket and try to score layups and dunks and so on. He can shoot a little bit too.
he's got a jumper.
So
He's not bad. I could see him. I don't know what he is, a junior or whatever he is, but I like how physical he is. I would definitely take him and put him in the NBA because I think it'd be fun for the NBA to watch something like that. Might make it more interesting.
DJ Burns, that's his name.
DJ Burns.
DJ Burns has zero interest in playing football. That was a headline from ESPN 5 hours ago.
Dude,
So, yeah.
he would be a wild defensive end.
DJ Burns.
I would be scared as a running back.
See his. He's a grad student, so this is his last year.
Oh, he's a grad student. I didn't think he was that old. He looks pretty young in his.
So he's 6'9", so he's quite a bit shorter than Zach Edey.
I don't know.
275.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, and Zach Eady's what, like 7'4", 300?
Something like that. He's got to be over. He's 300. Yeah. I don't know what. It would have to be 383 something. That's tall.
Fun to watch.
And I'm not shitting on Purdue here, but Edie is. He needs some help with being public. Like, he needs to learn how to speak well. He's very disrespectful, in my opinion. I think. That's a hot take for me.
I think that the Twitter people should leave him alone. Quit messing with him.
Don't really like
Trying to see him out in public drinking. Okay, he's over 21. Leave him alone.
Well, that I don't care about what you do
Yeah.
outside of basketball.
Yeah, I don't care.
After you get done with a game and someone comes up to interview you, and you just keep dropping the F-bomb and
Oh yeah,
trying to act cool.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
come on now.
Typically, they say that people that are quick to curse are, I don't know, they're not very smart, something like that. I'm not trying to say Zach Eady's dumb.
Well, he doesn't look dumb, no. He's
Um,
going to Purdue. Like, Purdue's a pretty high up school.
Well, he's not going there for academics, bro.
I think he would be a great chemical engineer. I really do.
I did have a fun experience watching the Sweet 16 at the State Farm Center. They opened it up for a watch party. That was pretty fun. About 3,000 people there. Fun. Sucked that Illinois played starting at 9:10 that night, and I think it even got pushed back a few minutes more. So that made for a late night.
And I don't know why the NCAA does that to teams. I mean, I remember Michigan State was one in the first four a couple years ago. They played UCLA, and I think their game started at 11:30 p.m. Central Time. But I think they were out on the West Coast.
Out west, yeah, makes sense.
But 11:30 Central or this time, so I guess it would have been 9, like Illinois played. But that's just insane.
I did see where Sky Clark's moving on to his third university. Looks like he's going to UCLA.
Yeah, Illinois dodged a bullet with
Sky
him.
Clark, yeah. I don't know.
I think
They definitely did dodge a bullet with him, but it's understandable a little bit to me why these guards transfer out, because for whatever reason Underwood recruits the hell out of guards.
Yeah.
And they don't score. Ty Rodgers cannot shoot. He can't even shoot free throws. He's everywhere. He's kind of like a glue guy, like a DeMonte Williams type. But you see him shoot 1-3 a year.
Yeah, and just
Today's
watch
day
him.
and age in basketball is,
You got to score.
if you're gonna pass, but you gotta be able to score as well, especially from three.
Yeah. And he might have been having an off game with UConn, but just watching him, it was kind of sad to see just the way he was playing. Because he's a Michigan native, and I mean,
I could see him maybe transferring to like Michigan State or something. Michigan.
yeah, I don't know.
It's a tough call.
It is a tough call. But yeah, tournament wise, this was a fun year. I got to take off a Thursday, and it was fun.
I'm thinking that UConn repeats.
Oh, for sure. UConn, no doubt. No doubt in my mind, they repeat.
Yeah, they look good. They look really good.
They do look really good.
We'll wrap up sports talk with. Are you finished with the tournaments?
Yeah, I'm good.
Covey's Corner.
Yeah.
First Covey's Corner of the new baseball season.
You've already watched a game, right? Live.
I've watched quite a few. I watched majority of the Rockies series.
Yeah. They swept them.
Dodgers series. I don't remember why I didn't watch much of that.
Well, no, Dodger series is coming up. I think
Well, they opened with the Dodgers.
No, the
And-
Rangers.
Correct. Sorry.
Yeah.
They opened with the Rangers.
Uh-huh.
Did about what I expected. Thank you.
They
for the
should have
reference.
won two of the three, in my opinion. That first game they should have won.
Yeah. Well, they blew it late.
Mhm.
Extra innings. Looking like a bullpen issue is coming up again.
That's one of the things I wanted to talk about.
A lot of young pitching.
Yes.
But as far as the hitting goes,
Oh,
they
they
look
look
like they've
good.
hit really well.
Yeah.
They did about what I expected with the Rangers. Took 1 out of 3. It's fine.
It's
And then
away
they
game.
did exactly what I expected with the Rockies.
Mhm.
So the Rockies started off with someone tough that they also got swept by. I think that the Rockies are 0-7.
Go.
Might have been the Rockies started off with the Diamondbacks, I think. which Diamondbacks obviously
Third.
played in the World Series last year.
Mhm.
So very good. Young core, gonna be good going forward.
Yeah.
Cubs got to keep beating up on teams that are shit.
Yeah, you have to. You got to get them wins.
They almost choked it away last night. Ended up winning what 9-8 or 8-7, something along those lines.
They were up like 6-0, 6 runs.
Yeah. So, still got the win. I don't think it was a game that management expected to win anyways because they had an opener anyways, and Steele's hurt already.
Yeah,
that sucks.
That's very sad.
Can't wait for him to be back. Seems like could be like a nagging injury, something we see throughout the whole year. Hopefully not. Jameson Taillon, don't know what's going on with him. I think he might still be hurt or something like that. Bellinger's going to be okay, I think. Glad to have him back.
I'm glad they signed him again.
Morel and Suzuki hitting the cover off the ball so far.
Yep.
Amaya's done pretty well. That Michael Bush kid that we got from the Dodgers have not been impressed at all. My thoughts with that is
I was excited for him.
we need a third baseman. Don't know what's going on with Patrick Wisdom. But he can't hit for average. He hits for power and about 200 strikeouts.
That reminds me of him.
Nick Madrigal, not the answer at third base. I liked Nick Madrigal quite a bit last year. Starting to lose faith pretty quickly. He's not going to play second base because our middle is locked in with Nico Horner and Dansby Swanson. So we got to try to kind of flip Madrigal somehow, and then they're keeping Matt Mervis down. It doesn't make sense to put Bellinger at first base and Bush at third or something like that because Bellinger's a Gold Glove center fielder. So
it's early. I like the manager. I think he'll figure it out. I really think they'll get a good lineup going here pretty soon.
yeah, he has a very similar roster to last year.
Yeah.
But a little bit better. Seems like a better Suzuki. Morel, a full year up. So we'll see.
Yeah, they seem excited. I'm worried about the bullpen. That's all I'm worried about because when you see somebody go up that much runs and then all of a sudden they win by 1 run at the end, it's like, what the heck happened?
I think going forward with Cubby's Corner, I think if we have special guests, I won't do a Cubby's Corner segment, but if we have guests that are Cubs fans and want to chime in a little bit, we'll roll off in.
That sounds good with me. I like that idea.
So the Masters is next weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I plan on watching quite a bit of that.
I'm going to try to watch
Thursday
too.
to Sunday. Well, I think they have like the par 3 competition Wednesday or something like that. I usually try to watch a little bit of that. It's fun to watch.
Yeah,
I'm not going to gamble on it because I'm ice cold on gambling right now, so I'm just going to not gamble and not try to get myself out of the hole.
Why don't you just put that money into Robinhood or something? That's what I'm doing now. I'm done.
Yeah, I could.
Until I go out with you, and then we're going to gamble.
Yeah, I could burn it and get more satisfaction than putting it on random money lines or on Smash the Pigs. That's another podcast, another episode.
We'll have to get Cord with us when we talk about Smash the Pig.
Yeah.
What's his favorite gambling machine? But yeah, the
Golf.
I'm excited to actually pay attention to the Master and.
Yeah, I flip it on once in a while since we've been golfing quite a bit. I like to criticize myself about how hard I make it look and how easy those guys make it look and effortless those guys make it look.
Exactly, and you got to watch too whenever they make mistakes because golf is just all mental.
You don't see those guys top it and you don't see those guys pull their head though. Like
you don't, but they do put it in areas where
you do see them
water or the
you do see them putt like we do at times.
Yes,
not consistently, but at times.
But hey, if you golf that much, you really shouldn't be topping the ball and pulling your head. So
correct, and I've shot a 96 and a 96. I think I've shot mid 90s all year so far. I say all year like it's not April, but the 5 or 6 rounds that I've played, I've shot in the 90s. I'm not worried about it. I think the warmer it gets, the more I play, I'll be trimming those strokes off. I'm also extremely hard on myself with scoring, and I need to learn how to hit out of sand. What do you think your glaring
I'm right there. We played the same golf game.
We played the exact same game. You hit out of the sand better than I do, though.
Well, I do, but it goes flying. Like my dad. I don't know if you remember the one that he almost creamed me on. Almost hit me in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I talked to my dad. I was like, yeah, me and Rob discussed, and we really want you to start keeping score.
What did he say?
He's like, oh, you discussed. I'm like, yeah. We're like, you're good at golf. The only way to get better is you got to keep yourself scoring, and it makes you better, I think, just realizing how many strokes you got.
At the end of the day, I think that your dad beats our asses. Probably 4 or 5 strokes.
He needs to try more. I just think he takes it nonchalant and doesn't care. And I was like, dude, you got a great drive on you.
Yeah,
I mean, heck,
absolutely.
he outdrove me a couple of times.
And you don't really see him mess up with his irons very much either. He does, but it's who doesn't?
Exactly. He's got some nice, decent clubs. I mean, he needs an upgrade, but they're not bad.
Works for him. So he's one of those old school guys. Whatever he has, he makes it work, and it works for him.
And shout out to him. He wasn't hitting from the golds. He was hitting from
not hitting from the senior tees. He's hitting back at the whites with us.
So
yeah, more golfing going forward. We were planning on having a little GBS outing on Sunday. Not going to happen. Going to be cold and rainy again. It's kind of been the theme of the week: cold and rainy. Pretty typical.
But if weather changes, we're doing it. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to come with.
Yeah.
I'll wait till you get off work.
I'm off Sunday, so we're done.
Okay.
Other than that, going forward, I think we're still going to try to work on guests and these little half-hour segments between guests. If we're going through a guestless streak,
Yeah.
it's pretty much kind of my thoughts.
There's
always material to cover.
We don't have to record every week. That's what I've learned. I mean, if we take a 2-week break, we take a 2-week break. So be it.
Yep.
You don't always have to hear from us every other week or every week. I mean, but
yeah. So to conclude, and after the show, keep an eye out for our YouTube segment with which this will be on YouTube as well. But we're gonna do the 3 water challenge. We got Kroger water, Dasani, and Aquafina. Kind of gonna be a weird one because everybody thinks water's water, right? But we'll see what happens.
yeah.
So for now, this concludes episode 35.
35.
Closing comments?
I love podcasting.
Yeah, tune in. Watch on YouTube. Repost. Tell a friend. Drop us a DM if you want us to discuss a certain topic, want to be on the show, have any ideas of who would be good on the show, so on and so forth.
Yeah, it goes down in the DMs.
Yeah. Tell a friend. Be a friend.
Zippity doo dah. Zippity doo.
Oh.
Tell a friend, be a friend. Tell a friend, be a friend. Telephone, be a friend. I guess that click didn't even work. I don't know.